Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the Serpentine belt on this Oldsmobile Intrigue with the 3.5 liter V6. Tools you'll need are a new Serpentine belt from 1AAuto.com, delivered right to your door, no hassle, good quality part. 10mm wrench or socket and ratchet, pliers, a pen and paper if you want to make yourself a diagram if your vehicle doesn't have one on it already, and then a 1/2-inch drive ratchet handle. You want to remove your radiator bottle here. There's two 10mm nuts on top to take off. Fast forward a little bit as I just remove those two with a 10mm socket and ratchet. Then use a standard pair of pliers and squeeze a clip here. Take it off. You will get a little fluid coming out. Take your bottle, just kind of rest it up over here. Okay, now with that out of the way, we can see down in. This is our tensioner, and there's our tensioner pulley. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/2-inch drive ratchet handle. Okay, and then there's a square hole right in that tensioner. Okay, so we're going to put our ratchet handle in there, and then we're going to pull, and that's going to loosen the belt. Okay, before we remove the belt, let's just see how it's routed. Okay, you've got it coming up and going down to the alternator there. It goes around the alternator, back up to that idler pulley, then way down to the AC compressor down there, then across. And I'm still looking way down at the crank, goes up the crank, up and around to our water pump, which is that right there, then down and around our tensioner, and then up to our power steering. And for a clearer picture, I made up this diagram for you. Usually on vehicles, there is a diagram like this near the radiator, top of the radiator, or on the hood. I didn't see one on this Oldsmobile Intrigue, so I thought I'd make one up. And before you take the belt off, you always either want to make up a diagram like this, or make sure you find it underneath the hood of your vehicle. Okay, so we'll take our handle, put it down in. Lift it up, okay, flip it right off of the power steering handle here, and now slowly let our tensioner and our socket wrench back. Okay, and now it's just a matter of unwinding it, get it off of our tensioner pulley down here. A little tight squeeze. Okay, and off of our water pump. And it kind of squeezes between the water pump and the crank pulley. Off the AC pulley. Okay, up and out. Okay, new belt from 1AAuto. Okay, probably the most difficult part is we're going to take a loop. I'm going to put it down and around the crankshaft and in between that water pump. Okay. And then we're going to push that loop down and underneath our AC pulley. Okay. And bring it back up and around this idler pulley. Okay. Push a little loop down around the alternator pulley. I'll take this loop It comes up from the crank around this water pump pulley and down over to our tensioner pulley. And you have to kind of twist it and push it between the engine and the tensioner pulley. Around there. And our alternator loop came off, so push that back in there. Alright, now we got it kind of preliminarily routed. It's on the crank pulley well. It might be not quite on the AC pulley correctly.
Okay, just spending a little time making sure the belt is routed correctly and on the pulleys correctly.
Let's see, correct, okay. Okay, so I've got my new belt preliminarily routed down around the AC pulley way down there, alternator, that idler pulley, around the water pump, around the tensioner, and down around the crank pulley as well. I'll take my wrench again. Pull that tensioner up as far as I can. See if this belt will come right up and around, and it does pretty easily. That's a good sign. Okay. Release the tensioner. Here it appears that we've got it all done correctly. And take our radiator bottle. Make sure it goes down onto the bracket correctly. And we can put this hose back, use our pliers. Pull back this one. 2 small 10mm nuts.
Speed up here as I put those on and pull them snug, not very tight with the wrench. Okay, now start it up for a quick test. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.